welcome into another episode, but an important episode of the Delco Duo. I'm one half of the Delco Duo, Monica Cryan.
And I'm the other half, Jenna Meisner. 'Twas the night before the big game. How are we feeling?
I'm feeling good. I am feeling good.
So excited. I mean,
Yes.
all week long, the anticipation to tomorrow just has been building.
Yes.
And I think everyone's kind of getting ready to go to bed tonight, feeling excited, but also nervous.
Like nervous, and I think everybody's taking it easy tonight, you know, where like the rest of the country is like going out on a Saturday night like it's any other night. I feel like it's kind of how Philadelphia treats New Year's Eve, where the rest of the country goes out and parties
Right.
New Year's Eve. Philadelphia kind of takes New Year's Eve slowly, and then New Year's Day, mummers is like
That's
our big day.
That is the big day, and that's the perfect analogy. Everyone's got their game day fits laid out.
That's us.
That we'll be living in these. Oh, wrong way. We'll be living in these for the foreseeable future.
And we're going to talk more about this.
We are.
I haven't watched this, and it's kind of...
I can tell.
I know, it's actually upsetting.
I can't tell.
And it's not like I'm superstitious. I don't wash outerwear.
That's a hard thing to wash, and you don't
Yeah.
want to ruin it. It's got like the stitching there.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. It's a delicate wash for sure.
Exactly.
Or even the dry cleaner. All right, let's head to the debrief.
Let's get to it. So, like you said, it's been building.
Yes.
The excitement has been building, and there's been all these pep rallies. Like, I know a lot of schools have had pep rallies, and man, it's so exciting.
It's almost like we've already won. I don't want to jinx it, but State Street
that's how
had
it's felt.
the most lit pep rally for the Eagles, and Monica and I were able to meet some of the viewers, and talk to you guys. And
Did it feel like we were on Bourbon Street?
We had
like
so
I felt
much
like we were
fun.
on Bourbon Street.
it was so much fun.
Let's take a look.
Excitement is building across the region as the Birds are getting ready for the Super Bowl. We've got pep rallies, we've got parades, and you can feel the energy within the area.
Absolutely. And we asked people, what's the difference between this year and the last time that we played the Chiefs? People are confident this time that we are bringing the Lombardi Trophy home to Philadelphia.
I think we're going to win it. We're going down Broad Street, baby. Woo!
We have the full package. We have the whole team. Our offensive line, even though we don't have Kelsey anymore, we're still good. So I'm feeling pretty good.
We've been there before, so we know what we're walking into. This team is hungry. Not only hungry, but they're having fun. They are playing the game that they played all their life.
Last time we didn't have Saquon Barkley, he's the best player in the NFL. Like, who on the Chiefs is stopping him for real? I feel like when we win this, it's the start of a dynasty.
I got the jersey. I'm ready for another ring, baby! Fans are so wonderful. I think sometimes the fans get a bad rap, but they are incredible people.
Unfortunately, we didn't win before, so we're more eager to win. We're excited as a community to all come together. I think the energy is there, and the boys are ready for sure.
I'm a Swiftie, but I wish she would just maybe wear hats, because I get it. I get
I'm
it.
sure
Like,
in her heart, it is green, but you got to do what you got to do for the people you love.
Birds are going to smash the competition. Boom, brother!
What do you think the score is going to be?
I don't know, 12, 800, I don't know.
I'm letting the people know we have one. We're going for. If I have to stack it, or if I have to put it on the side, I'll figure it out.
Go Birds!
I just am brought back to that pep rally.
I know.
It was so much fun.
Like you said, it felt like we had already won.
There was hundreds of people there. I mean, it was packed, and a lot of these times we'll have these pep rallies, and sometimes players will come, and it's so crowded. There was no players there. It was solely vibes.
And it's so funny because us as we're in the news, so we're supposed to go to this and act like as news reporters and be unbiased. Like, could you imagine if they had to send us to the Super Bowl and we had to be like unbiased report? Look at us.
No.
Did we look unbiased to you?
I think in a reporter's standpoint, though, like Super Bowl, when it's your home team, you're allowed, there's some flexibility. You can show your bias because obviously we're rooting on the Birds. But it was just so nice to meet you all, and like Delco Duo viewers, hopefully you saw yourself there in the piece, but hopefully you're not sleeping. I'm sure people are rested up. So if you're taping this and you're watching it after the fact, Hopefully
Whatever.
it's a good ending. All right, let's get to our first issue of the evening. You submit them and remain anonymous.
Okay, I planned my son's birthday party. This is Kathy from Chester. On the day of the Super Bowl, not realizing it was the Super Bowl. He's really excited about the party, but now I'm worried no one will come. It's 11 to 2.
I think that this happens a lot. We were even talking about a lot of events that are planned far out. You have like a big speech.
I had an event earlier today. I had a big speech. It was tough. It was. But I did it because it was earlier in the day. It was okay.
And I think that's the same thing with the birthday party. Because it's 11 to 2, the timing really does not coincide with any Super Bowl festivities because the Super Bowl is so late.
And it's also nice to get the kids out of the house.
Oh.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, especially, I think what you're going to have
angle.
a lot
I like
of,
that
Kathy,
angle.
is you're going to have a lot of the parents drop the kids off. Like, I hope you don't mind that. But at this point, a lot of the parents are going to drop
and
the
they
kids
can get
off,
their lives together.
get home, do a lot of the cooking, the prep ahead of time, and then pick the kids back up. And they're going to be like, thank you so much.
See, I went the more negative route of like, no one's going to feel like transporting their kid to wherever this party is when maybe they already have plans later, or
Right.
like they're not going to feel like the travel of it all to
Right.
like go here, there, but that is a great point that you're kind of doing these parents a favor.
Yeah.
And I think kids are going to be in an even sillier, fun, better mood because they're so excited. You might have really
Right.
rambunctious kids at this party.
It is. It's going to be a lot.
The kids are going to be on one, but I do think they'll still go.
Yeah. And
And make it football themed maybe if you can.
Yes.
Like last minute, say everyone wear your Eagle stuff or...
You don't even need to ask people to do that. They're all going to be, it's a sea of green coming to, if it's at your house, come
football
into your house.
cake, do it up.
Do it up. This is actually going to be really fun. Like you said, I think people's spirits are going to be really high. The kids are going to have a ton of fun. Maybe there are going to be a few that aren't going to be able to make it. A few like that are in New Orleans. That would be crazy.
Birthday parties are always just tough for parents because they always happen when there's a million other birthday parties or sports.
Right.
They're always just something that you have to, get your kid to. So I don't think the Super Bowl should be any different. I think you can still get your kid to the party and then come back and enjoy.
Yeah, I think it's a perfectly timed party. I think you'll be surprised as to how many people are going to be able to make it. And
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Kathy's
Hopefully
son.
an Eagles win. Yes, Kathy's son. All right, coming up next on the Delco Duo, we're talking about screen time and the big game. Do they coincide? Is it technically screen time to watch it? Well, we'll let you know what we think about it.
Make sure you stick around. Okay, a few Super Bowl questions. What are you most looking forward to eating?
What am I most looking forward to eating? Wings. I don't love wings, but it's something about football, Super Bowl that I can get behind them. But they have to be the flat ones. I don't like the drumstick.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Flat ones only.
Oh, I love eating the flat ones and saving the drumsticks for my husband. Yeah. The way he eats them, I'm like, oh.
And I don't even eat all the meat. I feel like I eat wings bad.
He gets so mad at me.
Well, I was going to say this is probably gross, but again, it is my husband. Like he will
eat the rest.
He'll eat the rest.
He's like, what are you doing? You're leaving so much meat on there.
It's really gross if you think about it. But he's like when you leave the scraps out for the animals.
Yeah,
that's then your husband comes in and
you're like,
finishes
come
it.
here, buddy.
What about you?
So I really love this thing. It's called beer cheese. It's like a Velveeta. Like
Everybody knows what beer cheese is.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I thought maybe my mom only made it. Okay.
It's served at restaurants.
The Velveeta beer cheese.
I discovered
I love this thing. It's called beer cheese. It's quite classy.
I think everyone watching has either had it or at least knows what it is. But thank you so much for that.
I used to think it was so cool because, I was underage and my mom would make beer cheese. And I was like, shh, don't tell anyone I'm eating beer cheese, getting hammered.
That's another thing. Like we're talking about kids and just like the games in general. There's going to be so many kids that are sick tonight because they just keep eating.
Yes.
Keep eating all of the chips and all of the pizza and cheesesteak egg rolls and whatever else.
I was that kid that couldn't be stopped. And my mom would be like, Monica, that's enough. And I'm like, try and stop me, G.
All right, so maybe this could sort of lead into our next issue. Next issue comes from Steve from Springfield.
Are parents counting the Super Bowl as screen time? Should young kids sit and watch the whole 4+ hour event?
Well, my thoughts, Steve, is that young kids, at least my son's age, toddler, he's going to be in bed. Okay. So game starts, 6:30? And that's like national anthem. That's like all the pomp and circumstance of... So I feel like the actual... I guess maybe that's before 6:30, actual kickoff.
Right, like the stuff leading up to it.
Whatever. It takes a while, basically, to get to the game.
Mm-hmm.
So my son, at least, will be up for probably 30 to 45 minutes of it, and then we're going to put him to bed.
Right.
But for, like, maybe Josephine's age?
My guess is, like, for someone like Josephine's age, like 5 hours, or 5 years to 6 years old, I wish I could get her to sit that whole time.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't think that many kids are going to sit there and watch the full game.
Half the time I'm like, they're coming up to me like, Mommy, can you help me with this? I'm like, no, get away. Mommy's watching the game here. Mommy, can you help me with this? Can you open this? Can I go and do this? I'm like, I don't care what you do. Just get out of my face and stop ruining this game for me.
Well, Bubba, your 3-year-old, he loves Fly
football.
Eagles Fly is his favorite song. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen him in the last month in anything other than a Saquon Barkley jersey.
Saquon Barkley. So, that's how he says it. Saquon Barkley.
Will he watch the game, or does he lose interest?
He will watch the game, but he does like the commercials and stuff. He's like, what is this? He will not watch the halftime show. I mean, especially, I don't want to watch him. Kendrick Lamar, let's be honest. I don't want him listening to any of those lyrics. So I'll be like, son, please leave for this.
That's a whole other topic.
Yes.
I mean, I've been seeing, he got, Song of the Year, like Record of the Year, whatever, all for the diss track of Drake. Like, do you think that's going to be really highlighted in the halftime show?
I don't know. And I think when it comes to this Super Bowl in particular, I remember the last time when Rihanna was on, and it was Justin Timberlake when the Eagles won, right? Wasn't it Justin Timberlake?
I think so.
Right?
I think so.
I forget.
That's to your point. Like when the Eagles are in the Super Bowl, I really don't care about
anything else. I don't care about
I don't even know who's singing the national anthem this year.
Elphaba.
No, she sang it at the NFC Championship game. I did know that. Who's playing Elphaba right now in New York on Broadway? She sang it at the NFC game.
I thought I was going to blow your mind with that fact. I was like, Elphaba.
Not Elphaba.
I don't know who's singing. I don't.
Cynthia Rehouse. We can Google that during the break.
All right.
And maybe you're probably like screaming it at your TV at home. Like,
I'm so sorry.
Jenna and Monica,
so sorry.
You're stupid.
But anyway. At this point, we really don't care like who's singing and doing what. It's about
we're all business, okay?
Yeah, we are.
We're all business.
But yeah, I don't think it really counts as screen time. I think because I don't really count like sports as a TV screen time. I think because one, you're learning a lot about the sport and how they play, sportsmanship, you're learning the ins and outs. Yeah, you're learning a lot.
For me, at screen time, I know that's such a hot topic for like young parents and young kids. If it's educational, I'm fine with it, as you just mentioned. Yeah. If it's historical, I'm fine with it. This is history, okay? If your child wants to watch the Super Bowl, I'm sure, as Monica said, you want them to sit there because you want to watch it. You don't want to be tied up, doing this, that, and the other thing. It's historical.
It is historical. I know this is more just for me and you. I always love watching the ins and out of broadcasting. I love seeing how they broadcast for that many hours, and when they go to this, and when they take that camera, and when they take the broadcasters and how the broadcasters banter back and forth. I'm always so enamored by that.
Commercials.
Yeah.
The commercials.
Oh, yes, the commercials.
You can't even forget about the commercials.
Well, and then we work the next day, and we have to talk about the commercials. We have to talk about the impact. Like, I'm always studying what's going on, and not that the kids have to, but then they do. They talk about it the next day. So I always think the Super Bowl is a historical event that is not a screen time.
Right. It's not going to happen every year. So
no.
4 hours or whatever of watching a game
history
is not going to change their brains.
And plus, the birds are going to win, and that is history.
We hope so. Don't jinx anything. Coming up next, Monica and I, we've got one of our own issues to talk about, and it has to do with some of the gear that we're repping.
Our fits.
All right, welcome back. We are looking. Are you upset by this?
No, I don't. I can't see it. I'm trying
right
to
here.
John Batiste.
Yes, he's performing the national anthem. He's popular. He let me see.
What's he saying?
Hold on.
Oh man.
Oh, now
not off to a good start. If I don't recognize.
No, I know the name. I know
John
the name.
Batiste.
He
sounds French.
He sings.
Parlez-vous français?
Okay, I gotta do.
Why?
There's a lot of information about John.
This question is why is Jean Baptiste famous? It's not good. No bueno. He's a
Piano guy.
Oh, there you.
But does he sing too? Is he?
Is he gonna play it on the piano?
Izzy in our control room is giving us some details.
Bum, 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 bum. Oh.
John Batiste is one of today's most brilliant, prolific, and accomplished musicians. I've definitely heard of his name before. Okay. I just can't. Okay, well, that's who's singing. I wonder if he'll play the piano too. He's
sure
got to, right?
He's got to. That would be a waste of talent.
Okay, let's get to my issue.
Meisner needs an advisor.
My favorite still is Post Malone. I'm biased, obviously. I love Posty, but everyone thought he was going to be so bad and he was going to do such a bad job, and he was great. And Chris Stapleton, one of the best of all time, without a doubt.
He has a voice like Tennessee whiskey.
No. Okay.
I don't even like Tennessee whiskey. I don't know why I'm saying that.
Okay. All right. So we were talking about, this is kind of both of our issues, but I took it on as my own. Mm-hmm. We were talking about our fits and the outerwear, and I just purchased this right after
It's looking fresh.
It's really white. I'm actually like,
Wait,
it's
this
so
is
soft,
soft,
right? It's
I
amazing.
didn't realize.
It's
Ooh.
from Abercrombie. They're, again, not
fancy.
sponsored, but they collaborate with the NFL, and you can get this in like any team. Obviously, it looks best at the Eagles, and it says Eagles on the back.
Let me help you.
You see that?
Ooh,
Yeah.
that is so cool.
Anywho, so I rush ordered this right after the NFC
cool too.
Championship. Oh, yours is go the other way.
Oh,
Can you?
Eddie's gonna kill us. Oh, I look like I have a heart attack.
Don't break anything.
Cool too.
There you go. So I rush ordered this, and I was just saying to Monica, like, how expensive everything is, even more so when we're like in season, going to the Super Bowl, like it just costs so much.
Yes.
And then we were kind of talking about like the pep rally. You think you're so different when you get these things, and then when we're in media at the pep rally, like everyone's wearing the Princess Di jacket.
And I went up to this girl and she was like, "Oh my gosh, we have the same jacket." And we're like, Dimes Club. We both got it from the same place. Like everybody went and got this jacket from the same place. And I don't even know if that place still is open.
It's not.
In Havertown.
It's not. So, and then this one, you know, our photographer, John Mulaney, he's like, "Oh, my mom has that too." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." So
God.
You think you're being
Mrs.
so...
Mulaney, we love you.
We
but
love
like,
you. We didn't have to wear it together. We would
that's
look
always
so cool.
really hard to hear, no matter who. We know Miss Mulaney is an awesome woman, but it's always tough to hear when you're like, "Oh, my grandmom's got that." And you're like, darn.
So it's just the point of like, you think you're so different, you spend the money, and then you just end up looking like everyone else.
Can I tell you something that I heard?
Tell me.
And it has blown my mind. You know what the most expensive piece of clothing in your closet is? The one you don't wear.
Is that like a metaphor for you spent money on it and you didn't? Is it an
You're
item?
gonna wear this a million times,
And I'm gonna get my money.
per use.
Yeah.
Your pay per use.
So you're
is gonna
saying
be
something I don't wear.
Is like a penny. You know, if you wear that a million times, it's
This
going to
will
be
last
a penny.
like every season.
You're going to wear it a
next
million times.
season, the season after, you're going to see me in this.
You could have spent $20 on a shirt and you never wear it. That's your most expensive item because it's a $20 item.
I actually love that tidbit of information, and I will use that to justify expensive purchases.
Absolutely.
Like when we're talking about our work dresses,
Yes.
when we buy our work, we wear them 15 million times.
15 million times.
So
and
they
I'm sure
really
there
cost like $1 each if you think about it.
Absolutely. And I'm sure there are people who watch us in the mornings and they're like, jeez, there's that dress again.
Guys, times are tough.
And it's like, well, I mean, like my pay per use right now is like a dime per use. And I love it.
The solution to being different. Here's my solution to my own issue. So I brought the issue, and you have to go to the thrift stores that people, like there's eBay, that people are selling things. Mm-hmm. They're going to cost you, but it's like one of a kind. Someone's dad had this puffer jacket.
Like the Eagle starter
jacket.
That's what I
mean. Like these really vintage items, you got to go to like certain thrift stores, and that's how you're going to look different. You're not going to look different with Abercrombie and Fitch. You're not going to look different.
I love this, Jenna. I haven't seen anyone with it. I really haven't.
Well,
I think this
John
was
Mulaney's
cool.
mom.
Mrs. Mulaney. John Mulaney's our photog / editor. You like that package you just watched?
He was the
Him
one
and
with
Jenna.
the camera rocking the Delco Duo hat. He came ready.
Yeah.
He came ready to brand us.
That's his mom. And he was like, my mom has that.
And I honestly don't own that much. Like my one jersey that I have over there is a Westbrook jersey. And that was from when the Eagles were in the Super Bowl. It was so long ago, like TO era.
Yeah.
And my dad dragged us all to like Modell's.
But that was the style back then for girls, for women was, and for men. It was just, you just had the jersey. And then we had to up
It
our
became
game.
fashion.
And then you had to find stuff like this. You couldn't just wear the jersey.
But the point is, I still have that jersey and I still wear it from when I was like 7.
Yeah, no.
So again, it's worth it when you get this expensive stuff. Because
Yeah.
here I am at 30 years old, still wearing a jersey that I got when I was 7.
Brian Westbrook jersey.
All right, Delco trivia. He's legendary. Like
Legend.
Obviously.
Legend.
It's like having a McNabb jersey.
Yeah, but I
or
think the number's
T.O.
tumbling off.
No, it's perfectly fine. What university hosted the Eagles training camp in the 1970s?
Some people might be sprinting in their house with the answer. What university hosted the Eagles training camp in the 1970s in Delaware County?
All right, shout out to my mom. My mom went here for a little bit.
So did my dad.
Oh, they could have gotten married.
Night school.
I don't know what time my mom was there, but Widener University at Memorial Stadium behind Old Main, and that's now Memorial Field.
So cool.
Really cool. And I think we have a photo. Yeah, there it is. So that's from July of the 1970s, and that is from Delaware County.
Those guys look
Voice.
huge.
Well, they're football players.
They're football players.
And look, you see the people in the stands?
Yeah,
like you could just go and you could watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you
that's
could go
really
and watch
cool. Training camp.
Fine.
So cool. So
photo cred to Delaware County Voice.
Here's the jersey that I was just referencing. There's no crumbling. And like look, even
you're right.
the eyes are perfectly
Oh
fine.
yeah.
Look at this.
That looks like Westbrook wore that himself.
Yes.
He was a smaller.
Let's see. Probably
Gentleman.
says kids on it, honestly. Reebok.
He wasn't that small.
14 to 16.
Yeah. Whew.
There it is.
That's a good jersey.
So it's worth it. Return on investment.
Where did Westbrook go to college?
You pointing?
Where did he go to college? Speaking of,
I don't know. You're putting me on the spot. What's it start with?
V.
V?
V for Villanova.
Oh.
V for victory.
Okay, but Villanova's like the classy, the Delco. Like I was thinking like DCCC.
It's a Delco trivia. That would have been another. Oh, that could have been a good another Delco trivia.
Well, there you go. You got two for one.
Two for
one. That's what we do for you. Delco Duo at phl17.com. Send us pictures from your Super Bowl gatherings. Or even if it's just like you and your friend are watching on the couch, we don't care. We want to see the fits and we'll show some of them.
Go Birds. We love you guys. Mwah. Mwah.